Have you ever noticed how easy it is to dream about a better life, but how incredibly violent the resistance is when you actually try to build it? You write down the goals. You feel the surge of motivation. You promise yourself that tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow comes, and an invisible weight pulls you right back down to exactly who you were yesterday. Most self-help gurus will tell you that you're just lazy. They'll tell you that you lack discipline, or that you don't want it badly enough. But they are wrong. You aren't lazy. You are caught in a silent, psychological war. And today, we are going to expose the 3 hidden forces that are holding you hostage and exactly how to break free. The first force is something psychologists call homeostatic identity. Think of your mind like a thermostat. If you set a thermostat in a room to 70 degrees, and a blast of cold winter air comes in through an open window, what does the thermostat do? It kicks the heater on to drag the temperature right back up to 70. If a blast of hot air comes in, it kicks the air conditioner on to cool it back down. Your identity works the exact same way. Over years of habit, your brain has set your internal thermostat to a specific baseline. It knows exactly how much discomfort you usually tolerate, how much risk you take, and how you view yourself. Let's say your baseline is set to unhappy but comfortable. When you suddenly decide to change, when you start waking up early, working on a side hustle, or hitting the gym, you are blasting your system with hot, unfamiliar air. Your brain immediately panics. It doesn't see growth. It sees danger. It whispers, "This isn't who we are. This is uncomfortable. Go back to safety." And so it triggers the internal cooling mechanism. It gives you a sudden wave of fatigue. It fills your mind with brilliant excuses. It makes the couch look a little softer and the phone look a little more interesting. Your mind will literally choose familiar misery over unfamiliar happiness, just because the familiar feels safe. To change your life, you cannot just change your actions. You have to manually reprogram the thermostat. But reprogramming the thermostat introduces a second, terrifying force, the shadow of potential. There is a unique kind of anxiety that doesn't come from a fear of failure. It comes from the fear of your own capability. Deep down, you know what you are capable of. You know the body you could have, the mind you could develop, the life you could construct. And that knowledge is terrifying. When you look up at the mountain of who you could be, the gap between where you stand today and where that person stands is agonizingly wide. The pressure becomes immense. You realize that if you try and give it everything you have, you lose your favorite excuse. You lose the comfort of saying, "I could do it if I wanted to." If you try and fail, you have to face reality. This pressure causes a psychological phenomenon known as analysis paralysis. You freeze. You decide to read one more book, watch one more video, or plan for one more week. You mistake preparation for progress. But hiding in the shadow of your potential will slowly rot your self-esteem. The longer you sit still knowing you should move, the louder the internal cognitive dissonance becomes. You aren't freezing because you don't care. You are freezing because you care so much that the weight of it is crushing you. So, how do we defeat the thermostat? And how do we step out of the shadow? The answer doesn't lie in massive, dramatic life transformations. It lies in winning the quiet battles. Every single morning, before the rest of the world wakes up, a silent war is fought in the margins of your mind. It's the micro-negotiation you have with yourself the exact moment your eyes open. Your alarm goes off. The thermostat immediately kicks in. It tells you it's cold outside the blankets. It tells you that 5 more minutes won't hurt. It tells you that you can just work twice as hard tomorrow. This is the exact battlefield where your future is decided. Not in public, not on a stage, not when people are watching, but in the pitch-black quiet of 6 a.m., when it is just you versus your old self. If you lose that first micro-negotiation, you lose the day. If you win it, if you simply refuse to debate your brain and just plant your feet on the cold floor, you push the baseline of your thermostat up by 1 fraction of a degree. You don't need to conquer your whole life today. You just need to win the next 5 minutes. The silent war inside your mind never truly stops, but the nature of the war changes. If you win enough of those tiny morning negotiations, if you step out of the shadow of what you could do and just do one small thing now, a miracle happens. Your thermostat resets. Slowly, your brain begins to view discipline as the new normal. Waking up early, working hard, and pushing through discomfort becomes your new baseline. Suddenly, laziness starts to feel uncomfortable. Staying in bed starts to make your system panic. You are entirely capable of becoming the person you see in your dreams, but you have to stop fighting the giant wars and start winning the quiet ones. Turn the thermostat up, step out of the shadow, win the morning.